This is for either one of you. You think about that third period. Yes, there's the power play, but what are those things that you think allowed you to not only pull ahead in the third, but play in such a way where you made it so hard for them to even try to come back?
Yeah, I think, for us, being down 1 in the third there, we didn't sit back on our heels, and I think we kind of just took it to them. And, when we play with that speed, we play with that energy, we're a good team. And, obviously we had some power plays there, but, we drew them with hard work and, getting in on the forecheck and kind of, putting them under pressure. So it all starts with that. So I think credit to the guys in the room for just, sticking with the process and kind of, putting ourselves in a good situation.
Jesse?
Casey, you played with Zach Parise tonight, and obviously he plays a lot of passion, a lot of energies. How much did your line feed off of what he was doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone in the room looks up to Zach, me especially, being a Minnesota kid. So it was an honor to play with him, and he did a heck of a job. I mean, he's flying around out there, hitting guys, making plays. So he made my job easy tonight.
Evan?
Sam Jordan missed a couple weeks with a concussion and stepped right into the lineup tonight, just seamlessly in the playoffs. Could you just talk about him and what kind of an impact he makes on the defense?
Yeah, no, G's huge. He's a big part of this team. Obviously, he was, a huge part of that team when they won the Cup. So, anytime we have a guy out of the lineup, it's obviously tough. But, we have a deep locker room and kind of just next guy mentality. So, give a lot of credit to Jonesy, who stepped up in games 1 and 2 and played, phenomenal for us. But, having G back there is just, he's another guy who gets up in the offense. He was a big part of that goal that we scored there at the end of that power play. So, he kind of looked, right at home there.
Fair.
Casey, you touched on Zach Parise, but between him, Lehkonen, and Val, the 3 wingers you've played with, it's a lot of playoff experience. How much of those guys helped you kind of adjust in these 3 games? And then two-parter, second part, you spoke this morning about high expectations for the crowd. Where did that, did they meet that?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially Lecky's kind of been pretty consistent. He's been talking to me a ton and helped me out. I think there's a little bit of a rough patch just trying to figure out where I am, and I definitely owe Lecky a lot for that, and the other 2 guys as well. On the other side, yeah, I mean, the crowd was insane. So my high expectations were blown out of the water for sure.
Colton?
Casey, you've talked about just getting more comfortable with the system and feeling like you were thinking it first and just kind of not doing that. Was that like the epitome of you following your instincts tonight and just being really dialed in on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you get more comfortable, just keep playing, and eventually those things take over. And especially in a big game like that, I think you got to go out there and just play. It's do or die. So, yeah, I think you could say that. And obviously, like we've said, Lecky and Zach had huge games, and they were feeding me the puck all over. So a lot of credit to them.
Megan?
Ross, when the emotions boil over at the end of that game, obviously the Jets are taking penalties, but even after the final buzzer, what is your view of that? Do you see that as a vulnerability that you could take advantage of going into Game 4?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's tough. Obviously, it's a physical game. I think, for them, they, played a good game and then kind of boils over in the third and kind of emotions run high, and I think they're just trying to set the tone for the next one. So for us, we just want to play our game. We kind of don't want to get involved in that stuff. We want to play between the whistles. We had a lot of time there to play physical, play our game. I thought we did a really good job of that. So for us, we kind of just want to stay out of that stuff.
Last 2, Ryan and DMAC.
This is for either one of you again. Yes, there's the 2 goals you give up, but given all the contributions you had from everyone in the lineup, is this almost close, or if not the perfect game in a sense, or is it still you're kind of far away from that word?
Yeah, I think I think we definitely could have maybe played better in the first and even parts of the second. I thought, like Coach said, in between periods, like halfway through the second, thought we found our rhythm and found our game and started pinning them back a little bit. And I thought that carried over into the third. But yeah, I mean, since I've been here, I thought the third was maybe the best period we've played. So from there, though, I think we can maybe have a little better start and just keep playing.
When you guys see blood scraped off the ice, does it change anything in your mentality?
I mean, yeah, you kind of just hope that everyone's okay. I mean, there was a lot of blood there, so I don't know. I think it was Dylan, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I mean, obviously it's a battle out there, and he's a warrior, so, I mean, hopefully he's okay for the next game.
Thanks, guys. Jared will be here in a second.